Good evening and welcome to tonight's part 2 of From Day 1. The frauditors, auditors, the upsets, and everything in between. Now, I will be flat out honest, I did not plan for this to be the particular content tonight in our part 2, especially considering the last 2 nights we've had very, 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 very dumb people in court. It just, however, seems to somewhat work itself out in the world of life. Tonight we go with Delete Laws, who's been on this particular part 2 before. Once with Father Skeptic saying that he had the right to record a court proceeding, which the judge basically called him a freaking liar. And before that, of course, getting arrested, thinking that his shit don't stink. Well, we pick him up, and the reason why it's here is because this is basically fresh and brand new. Today, in a city hall, doing a dumb, getting himself arrested, live on live stream. So, me, Father Skeptic, and somebody else, I don't have a name, but I hopefully will before we are done, are along to have fun with the content. Let's begin as we march through Dominion.
PM. It's 30 seconds to being done from being uploaded. He was murdered in the Lawrence County Jail. So now, right now, I'm heading down to file my lawsuits against the Ironton Police Department and WOWK.
And the thing is that right now, I'm not going to say anything else about the legal strategy we're using, but here they are right here, heading down right now to serve you guys with lawsuits.
It's funny though, Tony, because he doesn't know what he's doing. He obviously is a complete moron. He doesn't, and he'll show it right here coming up. He's going to show it in his efforts. He spends 4 hours trying to do something that should have taken him 45 minutes at most.
And tomorrow,
and ends up getting arrested in the long run.
Another round.
We'll stop him for just a second. By the way, I do have the name of our other Tones from another channel. Tones Overthinks It is our other voice you'll have with us as we trash through Mr. Delete Laws here.
Round of lawsuits, because now that everything is transparent, now that everybody can see what everybody is doing, now we're going to see if the rule of law exists in the United States of America, or if the Constitution and your Bill of Rights is absolutely toilet paper. We're going to see if your right to be free was written. Let me see.
Dude, you've got a cop up your ass.
Of course.
All right, guys, look.
Oh, that was just perfect. I didn't plan that.
I'm doing this, okay? I'm doing this because I don't want to sit here for 4 fucking hours to get through this, and we are going to jump around, but...
Thank you.
Are y'all okay with the Mickey Mouse sound? It's making me laugh. Like, I've got my mic muted, but...
Hey, compared to...
Just let me know. If you're not okay, I'll slow it down.
Okay, compared to who we're talking about, Mickey Mouse is fine for Delete Laws.
Let's just do it at this pace so that way we can get through it. All right.
Hey, Father Skeptic for who we're talking about,
and also,
no problem.
As the super chats come in, I'll stay with them. Hollery.
What he's just referring to on the Mickey Mouse sound effect is that we have it at a 1.25x speed just so we can get through. So therefore it does artificially raise your voice level just a little, giving the more Mickey of people sound effect. That's what he was asking about, just so you do know what he was getting at there with that question. He's having just a little trouble getting back to the tape, so we will spend a few seconds here as we march through here on Adventure 8. I'm looking at him. Do we have it? Are we back good? Yes. We good? Okay, I think we're good.
That comes out tonight. That's uploaded. And now you guys will see it pop up on the YouTube page here in a little bit.
Hey guys, it ain't gonna pop up in a little bit. You know
his
why?
His name was Jacob Cochran.
Good.
Can anybody here guess why it's not gonna pop up in a little bit?
Because he's jail. Jail.
Because he's in jail.
Yay!
He's locked up. They can't stop Chili Bowl. They can't stop Chili Bowl. Everybody sing with me. Here we go.
They can't stop chili.
I'm enjoying tonight, okay? Fuck off. I'm having a good time. Oh my god. We're fucking... Tony, are you talking? Because I can't hear you. We're having a good time tonight, guys. Look, I don't
Skeptic, you might want to keep... Skeptic, cue tones. He's trying to talk.
Hear you, so you may... I don't know what's wrong with Tony's mic.
It's a cue him. He's trying to talk with us.
And I want to hear all the stories people know about Jacob Cochran. I talked to his cousin and I talked to his daddy. His daddy from Florida.
Oh shit, his daddy.
He talked to his daddy. His daddy.
Who the fuck is a grown ass man and still talks like that? Like, I'm being dead ass serious. Like, who out there is like, oh man,
I talked to his daddy.
His daddy called. We talked to his daddy. Like, somebody's been hanging out in fucking backwoods fucking Arkansas way too long.
And no, for my viewers from the Arkansas, his voice and is skeptics and not necessarily my own.
You should know by now that if anybody that watched that stream knows who the fuck his daddy is in that debate stream, and it ain't Tony and it ain't me, it was fucking Kick. Kick was your daddy.
Kick was his bitch. Kick just kicked his ass on one side and straight down the other.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
There we are, Toads. We got you.
Okay.
Those swine. The sheriff's department recall Jeff Lawless. Are you guys using that?
Recall everyone.
Recall Jeff Lawless. Has everybody signed that?
Everybody recall everyone. There be no goddamn law nowhere, goddamn boy. We have most lawless out here.
You share that on your Facebook page, on your YouTube, on your Instagram.
He's a moron.
Recall Jeff Lawless. Nothing changes without changing this regime. A regime is a group of people who are in power. That's what a regime is. You guys have heard that term before when you talk about...
Oh, I just saw something in the chat. It says, Law Talk with Mike Raid. Let's go, baby. Welcome to the stream. We just got started. We're listening on 1.17 speed for brevity's sake.
In the Middle East, they say we got to change that regime. They use that word, even though the word is not specific to a particular demographic or geographical location. They use the word regime so that it's just the same thing as changing out the regime we have in leadership in America, which is exactly what we're doing. You guys are done. Transparency has
good fucking luck. You're not going to be changing out any regime from behind the fucking jail cell. That's for sure.
Well, I want to ask a question here.
Go ahead,
he believe that he lives in a democracy? Because if he believes that the United States is a democracy, then who constitutes the regime, who is an elected representative, is not chosen by him.
Yeah.
Right? It's not his choice. It's not his position to decide who's going to be in power, who's going to be the sheriff, who's going to be a judge, etc., etc. And we outnumber, deranged nutbars. Ordinary people outnumber delusional
idiots,
auditards. So, and I don't mean that term to insult actual auditors who are doing it.
I do.
Who are doing a real thing. But
there ain't such a thing, Tones. I love that you love to believe that, but let's be truthful. All these frauditors, there isn't such a real thing.
Chile in particular, he's just delusional. He has some good ideas, but he's just nuts.
So I want to say hi.
No, he doesn't have any good ideas, by the way. But go ahead, skeptic.
Hi to Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity out there. I love your antique Glensario work.
Yeah,
and
yes.
Also Blue Bacon, who Blue Bacon, man. I've been really enjoying watching your stuff. So if you want to come on tonight and enjoy us in this depravity, then yes, come on in. Send me a message on Discord and I'll message you back. Let me get caught up on super chats and we'll keep going. Liu213 for $20. Remember, people, this man is an alpha male. You'll see how alpha he is in a moment. Okay, guys.
He ain't even beta.
That part I saw. Jane Doe for $19.99. My day is complete. My day is complete now that you shown up. Jane Doe. Love of my life there. First, Elite Laws gets arrested, and now a stream with team. Exactly.
Yes,
I
we
love
love
seeing
that.
fucked up people. Bacon. All right.
You gonna have
let's
Bacon
get
join
him
us?
in here. All right, there's that. All right, so while he comes in, we're gonna go ahead and go back to
Right.
Okay.
And
Let's
just
go.
so you know, WOWK and Andy Bernhardt, as soon as this is filed, Andy Bernhardt, when anybody Googles your name, the first thing that's going to come up is you've been sued for slander and libel, Andy. So that news organization used you. They used you.
I don't think.
And the thing
cares.
is for years, all these court cases, we're going to be petitioning the court as well, that we want every single trial, we want audio recordings. She had to pay $100 bill.
I'll bring in a second, Blue Bacon.
That's a lot of money.
I'll bring in one
That's a lot of money. $100 is a lot of money. I don't care what anybody says. $100 bill is $100 bill. That's a lot of money. For what? For what?
The funny thing
For the same thing she could record to her phone?
I'm gonna tell you. The funny thing is he's about to spend $200. He's talking about $100 is a lot of money, right? And I'll agree with him. For the average person, that's quite a bit of money. I wouldn't want to give that up either. But he's about to go spend $200 on frivolous lawsuits. You'll see. But let me get in our guest, our honored.
We got our Blue Bacon.
Man, I'm feeling all tingly and mushy on the inside. A little warmth has gone through my body. How you doing, Blue?
Oh, I'm just living my best life. It's a good day today.
It is a great day.
It is a great day, Blue.
No, hold on. I just realized something. My day just got exponentially better. Because not just was I having a super ultra productive day, right? Also, Delete Laws got arrested. Also, I wasn't planning on going live. Now I am, and I get to hang out with my friends in the chat. And then top all that off, Tony's here.
And you had to pour yourself a drink, eh, Blue?
No, I'm kidding. Blue, I get to hang out with you, man.
It's fun. I'm just holding on, trying to figure out my computer. What a day.
All right,
That's good stuff.
so tell everybody hi and where to find you, and let's get back to
Yeah, if you would, please, Blue.
Hello, I have a YouTube channel called Blue Bacon, and I make terrible content because I enjoy it. That is
Bullshit.
it. That's the extent of it.
Bullshit. You make
good content, dude. I want to have you on for future streams here on our part too. So, yeah, you make great content, Blue. Knock it off.
Love you, man. I'm glad you're here. We'll kiss and everything later. Let's get back to stupid.
I'm afraid I haven't seen your content, Blue, but it may be good despite the fact that Team watches it. So,
You're not watching it, we know it's good.
Oh, nice, Blue. Oh, jeez. All right, let's get back to the moron, shall we?
Man, there's a lot tonight. Holy crap.
So, Ironton PD, you'll be getting served today.
Doesn't he sound better
I'm on my
like
way to
that,
serve you.
Blue?
Yes, he does.
He does.
Served the
Much
Ironton
better.
Police Department today. And Donnie, the guy who came up yesterday, was menacing and attacking and acting
Get out
like
of here,
a total
Donnie.
thug. See, that's the whole thing. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a fist fight in the street. Nobody wants it.
He just wants it in a cage.
Kid, I understand.
Yeah.
If you're not a high school kid, you don't go fist
And
fighting
my
in the
emails.
street.
Yeah. Hey,
There's
you
supposed
know,
to be a level
here's
of
what I wanna
maturity.
say. This is something I do want to say to his defense, All you guys trying to fight in the street, y'all are childish. Okay? Childish.
Go ahead, Skeptic.
Real men do it in the cage.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense when you do it in the cage. It's respectable. It's no longer barbaric.
Well, maybe he just likes
We can monetize
of
it.
it. He's borderline sovereign citizen. He's going in that direction.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they feel about contracts.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah, of course.
All rights reserved. UCC
1701-B or whatever.
Ocho.
It happens with you. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys, my sound's probably terrible.
No,
Sorry
don't
about that.
apologize.
No, don't
This is
apologize.
going
We
on.
love you.
Don't
Let me get
apologize.
Oh, nice
this
sound.
here. The AC a little lower here. See it, and what they'll do is they'll try to pass laws that give the body cam to the agency that recorded it. For what? For what? Why is it when you get a ticket in
For
America
transparency,
that
you
your
idiot.
body cam or the dash cam or both is not included in your discovery? Well, because
love
then
that.
you have to request it.
I love that. You should be provided with body cam every time you get a ticket. You should just automatically just be provided with body cam. Like, the officer should stop their day, go to the office, upload their footage, for every traffic ticket they get. I mean, that's
who
just
cares
new
about
policy.
Who cares
redacted
that they're only going to give
information?
two
No,
deals
don't do
a day?
that.
Yeah.
Don't redact information.
Well,
that won't cause any problems.
Well, it's an absurd standard, right? I mean, it actually takes money to make a copy of a recording and transmit it, communicate it to the person who's had the ticket issued to them. So this cannot be standard procedure. Most tickets don't require discovery. He's talking about discovery as though it is inevitable that a traffic infringement is going to go to court, which most of them don't.
Correct.
And if it does go to court, you do get the right to ask for that footage. So I don't know what his problem is, that he has to ask for it rather than it's automatic. Well, it isn't automatic because most people don't ask for it. So, what, you want us to come around and brush your teeth for you too?
Yes!
Can you wipe your ass unassisted, or do you not know where it is?
No, he doesn't know where it is.
Well, if you
We can't reach that far behind because of his shoulders.
Oh!
you might not be able to. But, if you want the footage, ask for it. It's that simple.
All right, so we have
I don't see his point here.
Let me get through these real quick super chats. Tessa Brown for $2 Canadian. Hey, I have 5 German Shepherds. They are the best. I love this little girl. She's amazing. 90s Nostalgia Nerd for $5. A wise man once said, play stupid games, win really fucking stupid prizes.
That is correct.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Schrodinger.
The agency that gets all the body cam and gets all the dash cam. Why is that? Why is that? We have this camera right here for total transparency. We don't have this camera right here so the cops can keep the body cam footage. Is that why we have it? Even those who back the blue and they hate me all you want. If it happens to your son or daughter, do you want the body cam footage? If it happens to your son or daughter, don't you want that body cam footage for your son or daughter so you can get justice for them? Let's talk more about Jacob Cochran. Who has a story about Jacob Cochran? Who knows what happened to Jacob? Both his cousin and his dad are saying the same thing that Jamie Taylor said. Jamie Taylor said that they let someone into the jail. They let a woman, an inmate who was double her size, and they beat the holy hell out of Jamie Taylor. She came to the window yesterday. She doesn't mind if her name is announced. She said, use my name, Chili. I'm tired of this. That's what she told me.
Use my name, Chili. I'm tired.
That's what she said to me. Use my name. She's scared. She's scared. She said, use my name.
Yeah, she's scared of you continuing to come to court.
I'm moving here. I'm moving yourself.
I got to go get my stuff. I got to go get some things. I'm moving right here. I'm moving right here. I'm moving to this tri-state area because I'm going to clean up Kentucky. I'm going to clean up Virginia, and I'm going to clean up Ohio. I'm going to clean this area up.
I'm glad you're moving to Texas.
We're going to introduce transparency right here. These governors, be on notice. The people are coming, and we're coming for our rights. And we're doing it through peace, assembly, legislation, petition. If you're violent or you promote violence in any way, you will not be accepted. You will be exited from anywhere near me.
Oh.
Highly fucking ironic. Exactly. Says the violent man. Says the man who literally threatened Kick the moment he got on to cage fighting him. Never saw the guy, never met the guy, just like, tell me where you're at, I'll come to your place, cage fight you there.
The sad thing is Kick would have probably kicked his ass.
I'm sure you've gotten plenty of them. I know how many I've gotten.
Oh my god. Yeah, so when I first did a video about him or stream about him, he came to my stream, because I think I was discussing your stream, and he was losing it in my chat. He's like, you debate me right now. I'm like, look, bro, I already promised these guys this. It would be kind of disrespectful, but like later, how's next Friday? How's this day? No, you're going to come to my stream and you're going to like it. Blah, 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 blah. So he emails me. He goes, it's going to happen. You're going to debate me. I was like, bro, like, I know that I agreed to it. You're going to come to my channel. Oh, I would never. And then I may have called him son and sweetie a few times because I figured that he might not appreciate that.
Come on,
he was already
Alphas
being fairly disrespectful.
Alphas.
I know. I was just
Losers have feelings too.
He definitely threatened. I wouldn't say he was. He said, "I'm going to go out. I'm going to find you. I'm going to punch you in the face." It wasn't quite that, but he said, "If we were in person, you would not say these words to me. I'm the big boat, you're the little boat," whatever that means. And I would hold you down on the ground after beating you up until you cried for me to stop, or something like that. It was very aggressive. He also said he didn't believe or subscribe to the non-aggression principle, that he loved fighting, that he'd take anyone on in the cage all day, something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but there was a lot.
No.
Just
if you're paraphrasing, what you're doing is you're taking a non-violent person out of context. Please understand.
Yeah, of course, my bad. I expect that lawsuit for defamation probably any day now.
Yeah. Okay,
Or
so
yesterday.
I was out of town, right? Oh yeah, that's he'll get to that because he brings that up. He's like, they didn't desist, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, cool, they
say
have
that.
to.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about that when it gets to it.
A supporter of mine named Mike right now is trying to find a place where I can put Chad Goo in the cage and we can raise money for the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, those two different organizations. I'm very big on Big Brothers Big Sisters. I participated in Big Brothers Big Sisters in LA because I don't have any children. So I went over there and I participated with those guys for a little while. So I'm big on that, on mentoring young men and young women. And the new system that I devised is called transparency. Stop saying
That's one less kid who has to grow up with a fucked up childhood.
the word police or law enforcement because we don't need that. We need transparency on everything. We need.
What do you think? Why do you think he doesn't have children? I'm a legit question, chat. Legit. I'm not even trying to be actually funny here. How does an alpha, like, does he not have children because so many women just throw themselves at him and he's like,
No.
yo, I go from woman to woman. It'd just be best if I didn't have babies.
No.
I might be able to answer
I'm
that.
alpha. Go ahead.
So, someone told me, and I haven't found it, but they said that at some point during one of his streams, he said that he wasn't getting laid constantly, or like at all. I believe the implication from the person who said this to me was that he was indicating he often gets laid, but hadn't because he was just so obsessed with his his projects with advancing civil rights. Blah. However, we're still looking into this, but we have some potential indicators within some legal documents that we found that he has possibly had some domestic partners that didn't last. I'm trying to be very careful with this because this does delve into, like, if I say this wrong, I could be liable. It is possible, based on what I've seen, which is very limited and may not be accurate, that he has been married before, possibly multiple times, and is no longer married because of domestic violence tendencies?
Oh, damn.
Maybe.
Now, and hey, I want to make sure that everybody knows, like, I'm not talking about him not having kids because he might be gay. That's not what I was talking about. I was making a joke about him being an incel. I actually don't think he's gay. So I just see people in the thing say
I have a
that
guess.
he is gay. Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Good, Tony.
Okay, my speculation is that it's very hard to form even a casual sexual relationship if you can't shut your yap for 5 seconds. So
He's an alpha, Tony.
that would be my guess.
Don't you know how this works?
Yeah, obviously non-alphas don't know how
Alphas
alphas work. So Tony's obviously not an alpha.
He does have a history of steroid association, at the very least, which may make it difficult for him to have children.
Hey?
Yeah, better than no idea at all.
People didn't want to have families and raise kids. They wanted to fight for some kind of version of the Constitution they believe in.
To see. I'm going to show everybody what the goggles and the headset look like because even I slip. Because transparency no longer wears a badge and a gun and runs around, I'm here to help. No, you ain't, you dummy. You ain't here to help nobody. You're here to hurt people. And we know that through time and time and time. You hear what they said earlier, that confidential informant she talked about?
I'm not going to take a lot of time to it. I just want y'all to know that all that southern accent shit is fake. Okay? He's putting on a show. He's doing it. He's building it up. He mentions how he spent so much time in the South that he's picked up the lingo, the Southern drawl. No, you haven't, you dipshit. I'm from the fucking South. I can hear you fucking forcing it out of your fucking breath. All right, keep talking like you're from fucking California and that you're a nice little surfer girl. Okay, just keep talking that way. You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't got no fucking horns.
Yeah, he ain't from Texas.
Someone she knows being arrested. The police said, we're just going to get him off the porch. They got him off the porch. They put him in torture cuffs. Then they took the girl down. And by the way, that's one of 6 stories that's coming out. Allegedly, these guys are sleeping with women in the jails. These guys are sleeping with women. They go to parties. They do shots. They're boys.
Citation fucking needed.
The minimum age for transparency is 35 years old. The minimum age
is he
for
talking
you to
about?
join transparency is 35. And you have to go through 2 years of school to be transparent. To be a
Is he saying transparent?
Oh, he's talking about what he wants police to be. This is his idea of a police force.
Yeah. So,
but he said you have to be. I thought he just said you have to go through 2 years of training to be a transparent.
To be transparent.
So he's
not
sort of
transparent.
An adjective as a noun. So he's referring to the class of people who are qualified to administer the law with due transparency. And I have to say that he's misguided from the start.
I get it.
There's a lot of investigation constructing a court case that just can't be transparent for very obvious reasons, because you can't tell a criminal exactly what you're doing and what you're going about. But he wants to apply very limiting characteristics to people who qualify for what he regards as an appropriate law enforcement officer. And he doesn't want to come out and say, well, you just have to be like me, because that would kind of give the game away. So he's trying to put these other standards on it, like you can't be too young, you need to have 2 years of education. 2 years of education from whom? Do you have a certificate? Where's the institution? Yeah. What sort of education? Do you have this education? It's nonsense. He's just...
Tones. Father Skeptic, do you still have Tones? I'm not getting him over here. Do you have him? Alright, let me see if we can get reconnected to the call here. In the meantime, we'll finish this fight out, and looks like trouble in paradise in Dominion. Somebody does not like me in OPEC. Alright, fine. Let's find ourselves something new. Screw that. We'll just go right back. They're too stupid not to have it blocked? Well... and they are that stupid. Let's see if there was anything actually in. And no, there wasn't.
Babbling.
He doesn't even have that much education.
No, he doesn't. That's quite clear. He said it in my live stream. He said, I've been studying law on Google and YouTube for about 2 years now. I'm an expert. He said that. No, he said
don't even get me started. So he has said that he graduated second from the bottom of his class in high school. As far as I know, he has no additional schooling from that. Yeah.
I believe that.
His claims about how long he's been studying vary greatly. So he'll say, I've been studying for 20 years because I was no-knock rated in 2001. I was no-knock rated in 2002. He can't keep his story straight. He was actually no-knock rated in 2002 and 2003. I've never seen him use 2003, though. So he doesn't even know his own start point. And then he says, I studied up the entire time. That was the start. And, I needed to... Blah, blah. But then he also says, well, this really started 7 years ago when I got a producer, the whole Terry versus Ohio project. which didn't actually start, I think, until like a couple of years ago. But then he says he didn't start until the Breonna Taylor incident, which would have been, a couple years ago. That would have made sense. But he says, but I was no-knock rated. It's just that my sister reminded me that I was no-knock rated because I had forgotten. I blanked it out of my memory until my sister was like, "Are you okay?" Well, why wouldn't I be okay? Breonna Taylor. What about Breonna Taylor? Well, she was no-knock rated. I don't know why the female is lower. It doesn't matter. But his statement is, I didn't remember.
Skeptic.
That I was no-knock rated until my sister brought it up. And then I was like, I got to study law. Well, then why are you saying you were studying law for 20 years? You can't have all of those things. You can't have 20 years and only 2 years. And then 7 years in the middle, which is probably just closer to 2.
All right, just give us 1 second. I'm going to totally just drop out of the call and reconnect. So we can reestablish with them. But he's talking, I believe, about Breonna Taylor. No-knock raid a couple years ago, which of course resulted in her death. Ooh. Yes, please. Take a key. Alright, I think we got the connection back. It's reloading back in. So we should return now to Tones, Blue Bacon.
He was actually no-knock rated in 2002 and 2003. I've never seen him use 2003, though. So he doesn't even know his own start point. And then he says, I studied up the entire time because that was the start. And, I needed to... Blah, blah. But then he also says, well, this really started 7 years ago when I got a producer for my the whole Terry versus Ohio project, which didn't actually start, I think, until like a couple of years ago. But then he says he didn't start until the Breonna Taylor incident, which would have been, a couple of years ago. That would have made sense. But he says, but I was no-knock rated. It's just that my sister reminded me that I was no-knock rated because I had forgotten. I blanked it out of my memory until my sister was like, "Are you okay?" Well, why wouldn't I be okay? Breonna Taylor. What about Breonna Taylor? Well, she was no-knock rated. I don't know why the female is lower. It doesn't matter. But his statement is, I didn't remember that I was no-knock rated until my sister brought it up. And then I was like, I got to study law. Well, then why are you saying you were studying law for 20 years? You can't have all of those things. You can't have 20 years and only 2 years. And then 7 years in the middle, which is probably just closer to 2 years. In my opinion, he saw the Breonna Taylor outrage, makes sense, and said, I can make money off of this.
Oh yeah,
People.
I think he's a grifter. 100%
100%.
100% grifter. He's just out here trying to find the next. He's found something that he can get an emotional response from. There's a lot of fundamentalist cults that I struggle to try to explain and to tell people. I'm like, man, you got to understand why I fight against this stuff and I fight against these cults, because these people take advantage of people who his audience. They don't like cops. It means what? They've already had a bad interaction with a cop. They're getting a lot of confirmation bias, right? They don't like cops. Here this guy is telling them, this is why you shouldn't like cops. This is why you should fucking hate cops. And they're like, yes, I agree with you. I got locked up for fucking smoking weed when I shouldn't have been smoking weed. And I can't believe this. You're right. I should just start pulling my phone out and film it. And what they're doing is, these people are the ones that are at the lower end of society, that are already dealing with criminal records, that are already struggling to have a good job, and they just need somebody that they can relate to. And this guy steps in and goes, you can relate to me. I'm the one that's going to help you realize why you hate cops so much. And then all he's going to do is get them in trouble, because that's what they're going to follow what he does. They're going to follow what he says, and they're going to have the same result as he has. And they're going to turn around and go, yeah, the damn bootlicking Nazis fucking got me too. Put me in torture cuffs.
As a parent, you have to go through 2 years of education. Why would I do that? Because you need to learn your rights. You need to learn the Constitution. You need to learn the Bill of Rights.
You need to.
It's just such garbage. So
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Things are changing because of this camera. Things are changing because of the camera. We don't need you to get pulled over for turning too wide. We don't need you to turn over.
The rest of us don't agree with you, Chili, so that makes you wrong.
Yeah, when he's just rambling like that, instead of stopping it, I'm just going to turn it down and turn it back up when we stop
That's
talking.
a judgment call by a guy.
Because we got a lot to cover. So
his whole thing with we don't need to be pulled over for turning too wide. There's a very good chance his California license is suspended. I just released a video on that today. It appears from court documents that he has a current DMV hold for a failure to appear for driving over 100 miles per hour in California, which is likely a suspended license. Is it still active? Is it a suspension on his license as opposed to his insurance or his registration? I don't know. But I think there's a reason he's being very cautious about being pulled over.
Yeah, so there's another thing too. When he said, I don't like the fact that you can get in trouble. I don't think anybody should get in trouble for turning too wide. That's bullshit. Okay, nobody gets in trouble for it. What happens tomorrow?
Somebody turns even wider.
And then tomorrow we have one person who turns too wide. Nobody gets hurt, right? Because nobody is going to get hurt. One person turns too wide. No big deal, right? But then two people see him turn wide and say, hey, nobody's enforcing this. Therefore, us two, now we're both going to turn wide. Hey, guess what? Now, even though there's three people turning wide and all that, there's still not a really big chance of any major accident happening. In fact, probably 100 or 200 people need to be turning wide before you even have one really bad accident. But that one really bad accident that kills that child makes all the difference. It's the reason the law is there in the first place.
Well,
and
yeah, exactly. That's exactly
the punishment is to discourage other people from doing what you did and eventually causing someone who's innocent to be hurt because of your ignorance or your willful ignorance at that point. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, I was just about to say, we started out without a lot of these laws, and we settled on having these laws precisely to avoid bad outcomes and to keep people safe. That's why these laws exist, is because when we didn't have them, bad stuff happened.
Yes.
So, it's not as though these laws have been summoned out of thin air in order to impose tyranny on people. They're there to keep people safe, and most people think that they're a good idea for that purpose. I just wanted to quickly address something that you said earlier about him being a grifter. He is a grifter, but he's not just a grifter. He has a genuine emotional commitment to his anti-police stance. He has an abiding hatred of police officers, and that sort of synergizes with his chosen career as a grifter. But he's not just in it for the money. He's in it because he literally and genuinely hates police officers.
Oh, yeah, I believe he hates police officers for sure. For sure. I get your screen. Back to turning the volume up.
Out of shape, losers. They hire here. They'll take anybody who will follow orders and hurt you. Anybody who's willing to follow orders and hurt you, they'll hire that person. Meanwhile, a true alpha male who doesn't get off on hurting people weaker, they don't hire those people because true alpha males aren't signing up to put people in dungeons. That's not what an alpha male does.
God damn it. This guy's literally the
time,
least alpha of any fucking alpha I've ever heard speak. Even the ones that say, I'm an alpha, you're a beta. Even the fastest guy from my last video, he has another one where he's walking by some guy who's walking his kid down the street and he starts harassing them and he starts calling them, you're a beta, you're beta. I'm like, that dude's way more alpha than you. He's walking his kid and he's turning his back on you not to show his kid what a fine, outstanding citizen does when they deal with a jackass in public. Just ignore him and keep walking. He's the alpha. You're the beta. You're the one making a lot of noise for no reason whatsoever. You're the fucking idiot, not him. He's the responsible dad.
Am I alone? Because I don't spend my life wondering about whether or not I'm an alpha or a beta or a sigma or whatever. I try and live my life as best I can, but I don't try to be best or better than, better than other people. That's not what life is about.
Except for when you flex your PhD.
Well, yeah,
apparently he's crying.
That does make me
live right now.
Oh, well then, guys. Hey, how about this? Let's break away from this.
Oh, we got a breaking live on him?
Are you guys good with that?
No.
Are y'all guys good with that?
Not the consequences, please. I would love to see it.
Oh my God, okay. I'm going there right now.
Please, Skeptic, pull that up.
Well, I'll port him in and port us out. Give me 1 second. I'm out. They arrested me.
maybe invite him onto the stream.
Oh God, no.
That'd be amazing. And I'd be able to get my debate finally.
I'll email him right now. Hold on. Let me do something real quick, okay?
I don't know if.
Okay, so hold on. I need y'all to. I'm gonna need you to talk in a second. Give me 1 second so I can pull up my router so I can get you out of. Dang, what's the audio broadcast stream mix right there? Say something.
Hello.
Say something again.
Hello.
Something again.
Okay, good. You're now out.
Words.
Hold on, let me. Oh, good. I got it. I'll get the video up in 1 second, guys. 1 second. Can you guys hear that first off?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Congress Johnson, my name is Jose de Castro. I go by Chili.
It's a little quiet.
I got that. Give me 1 second.
Laws with a Z. What's happening here in Ironton is nothing short of insane. They have taken my phone as a journalist where I have over 100 confidential informants who have informed me of what's going on with the police in Ironton, Ohio, and the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. You are a representative in this area. There's currently, right now on this live stream, 2,000 people watching. By the time this video airs,
2,700 when you count mine.
They cannot.
2750 when you count mine.
If they crack my phone, it puts the lives of hundreds of people in jeopardy who have confided in me and given me their trust as a journalist. We need help now. This is not a drill. This is very real. I called the FBI and they literally hung up on me. This is horrifically bad. I will be at the Ironton courthouse in the morning at 9 a.m. I suggest all people of Ironton. All people of Ironton join me at the courthouse.
The FBI hung up because it's not their problem.
Thank you for your time. Delete laws on YouTube. My email address is delete laws.
Yes, way to make it professional.
With a Z.
Make sure you like and subscribe, sir.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you get himself to 50,000 views and 1,000 subscribers.
Who else?
Guy, he looks like he's already so angry. You can hear.
Thank you.
You can hear him. I'll turn him down.
Oh, Felipe, come on, bro. I don't understand why you gotta be hateful, brother. I don't understand. I've known Felipe for years. I'm just gonna put him in.
He's saying he'll wipe it with AT&T. That might be destruction of evidence.
Felipe, you have an extraordinarily bad reputation.
Oh yeah, because he was recording himself, right? That can be used as can be taken as evidence, right?
Yes.
They did take it as evidence.
They did take. Oh yeah, so if he deletes it, that's fucked up.
It very well could be.
I love how he said, "I called the FBI." And they hung up on me. No shit, Chili. Good job. Way to fucking hang up. Way to call the FBI and waste resources. Oh, let me email him. See if he wants to come on. Oh my God, he's telling people he's on.
What's going on here in Ironton and Lawrence County, Ohio. I'm a journalist. I was peacefully protesting today at the city center of Ironton. At exactly 5 p.m., the police came in and arrested me. Their goal was to take my phone, and they did. I understand now what they were doing. And they want to crack my phone where I have hundreds of confidential informants, at least over 100 confidential informants who told me of abuse and civil rights violations by over 100 people. And those are people who I haven't revealed yet. There's hundreds, literally hundreds. If there is a civil right in America, if there are civil liberties here, now is the time. Now is the time to step up to the people of America. Everybody's going to see this. The whole world is watching.
All right, I've emailed him.
All right, sounds good, Skeptic. Let us know.
I'll have no choice but to wipe that phone out of me. Please reach out to me. Reach out to fight to lose laws. I'm upset and shaky.
All right. So I told him, I just sent him a message while he's crying. Read off what I said.
If you would, please.
Hey man, saw you got arrested. ...
Wait, is he talking about you there?
I also see that you're live. Would you like to join a call and have a chat about what happened to you? I have Blue Bacon with me and PhD Tony, the Aussie from the other night.
That might scare him away.
I'm gonna be at least transparent with him.
Skeptic, I think he's talking about you.
I don't want to scare him, dude. Like, I mean, he's pretty sensitive, as you saw from my.
He just wants to be peaceful.
Look, man, alphas are fragile, okay? Because betas don't go around saying, I'm beta. You know, they don't do that, right? So when you alpha, I'm alpha because
Pokemon.
Yeah, they're putting the super glue back on the cracks every time they take a step. They have to say that, just super glue it back together a little.
I don't know if we're still broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen. I think the power just went out here. I think the power just went out in the local area. Yeah, it went out in the local area because I'm looking at connections and there is no connection anywhere in the area. So unfortunately, this is where we are going to have to leave part 2. If we do get power back and there is new information on the call that we were on, I will definitely bring it to you all. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another. And always release the Krakens as we march along here from day 1. I hope to have part 3 to you later tonight. Again, power committing. Until then, have a great evening.